So as I said, just to share with you just a short idea as we go into Yom Tov. It struck me, and I'm very, very, very just very overwhelmed a little bit by this. Just a little bit overwhelmed by this Erev Shabbos. We're all overwhelmed by the Erev Shabbos going into Yom Tov. Not overwhelmed like in a bad way. It's just like what's fascinating to me most is the prolongation of like Bedikas Chametz, right? It's fascinating, right? Because in other words, we did the Bedika last night. We're going to burn this morning by whatever it is, 11:32, right? 37, right? But interestingly enough, right? But really, you could still clean your house today. Like in other words, it's actually nice. Like in other words, I can say again, don't do that. Better to finish everything up this morning. But again, I still have chametz in my house. We're eating chametz. You eat chametz on Shabbos. You make a l'chaim. Right? In other words, that I'm still doing all of this stuff, right? And through tomorrow morning, right? So tomorrow morning we'll finish eating chametz by 10:30, 10:22, right? Burn right. Kol chamira by 11:37. Good, right? So nice. So it's just fascinating, just the prolongation, right? The elongate of this process. So it could very well be that this avoda of this year is mamish like in this bedikas chametz bir chametz. So I saw something beautiful. The Ramah Paskins. We said it last night, right? Last night we said kol chamira. Now the kol chamira last night is a kol chamira about chametz you don't know about. So the Darkei Moshe says that we say kol chamira b'lashon aramis. We say it in Aramaic, right? So in the Ramah and Shulchan Aruch, he says, why Lashon Aramis? That was the vernacular. The idea is you're supposed to say Kol Chamira in any language that you understand. That's why, again, if you don't understand Kol Chamira, the Chazisi, the Lo Chazisi, the Chamite, the Lo Chamite, if you don't understand those things, say it in English. Say it in English. So say it in any language that you understand. That's why the Ramah says Aramaic, that was the vernacular. The Ber Heitev quotes from the Seder Hayom. And the Seder Hayom says, no, there's another reason we say it in Aramaic. Why? Because the Malachim don't speak Aramaic. And I don't want the Malachim to understand my Kol Chamira. Okay? So Seder Hayom says, what's the pshat? This is incredible. Because what does Kol Chamira say? Kol Chamira says, like, any bread that I have, any chametz, I don't want it. I don't want it. It's ownerless. It's like hefker ka'afradar. It's like dust of the earth. And if the Malachim hear this, and they say, look, bread is sustenance. Bread is the staple of life. And look how dismissive these Jews are about their bread. They don't care about the sustenance you give them. They don't care about the lechem you give them. And it will incite the malachim to advocate against us on high. Profound. And therefore, again, we say kol chamir in Aramaic in order that the malachim should not understand it. Perhaps there's an additional idea also I would say in Aramaic. I will say the power of bedikas chametz. And this fuels us. Last night through today, the Svarim bring down, we know, the Zohar brings down already, that chametz is representative of the Yetzer Hara. And when we do bedikas chametz, what are we doing? Yes, it's true, I'm looking for the chametz, the external chametz. But really what I'm doing is the search for external chametz is really just to be the catalyst for the search for internal chametz. That's really what I'm doing last night and today and through tomorrow morning. That's why we have this long window, right? To look for internal chametz. What is the chametz that resides inside of my heart, inside of my life? What are the things that I just need to purge myself of? Or in other words, what bedikas chametz and ultimately bir chametz represents is the power of change. That I have the ability to get rid of the chametz from inside of me. I have that ability. That is my right. That is my ability. You know what I'm saying? If there's one thing that man could do, that we could do, that malachim can't do, it's what? Change. Malachim can't change. Malachim can't evolve. A malach can't wake up one morning and say, you know what, today is the day I'm going to be the best version of my angelic self. A malach is what it is. There's no change, there's no transcendence, there's no evolution, there's nothing. There's nothing. The greatest part of being a yid, the greatest part of being a human being is the ability to change. And bedikas chametz, in its essence, represents that power of change. That ability to find your inner chametz, the ability to get rid of it, and the ability to either become someone different, become someone better, or just move myself forward in life. Perhaps that's the pshat of the Seder Yom as well. We don't say kol chamira, we say kol chamira in Aramaic, right? Really, why? The malachim shouldn't understand it. Why should the malachim understand it? because I don't want to create tension between myself and the Malachim. Because if the Malachim could see that I could change and they can't, that creates kina, that creates jealousy between Eretz and Shamayim. So we'll say it in a language that they don't understand, knowing full well for ourselves that we possess the greatest koach in the world, a koach that even the Malachim don't possess, the koach to change, the koach to get rid of our chametz, the koach to become someone even greater. And Chevra, we have a long window, an elongated window for Bedika's chametz this year. It started last night, it goes through today, goes through tomorrow morning. May we Zochem Eretz Hashem to be able to use this golden opportunity to, yes, get rid of all the external chametz, but also be courageous enough to go ahead and find the internal chametz and be able to do something so great that even the Malachim can't accomplish it. We'll say a good Erev Shabbos and a good Yantiv.